What's up, everybody? Welcome back to your favorite New York Jets subscription podcast, Badlands. I'm your host, Joe Caporoso. A little Monday bonus podcast. Will Parkinson in a fresh soccer kit. Rumors of a fresh Badlands flag just shipped to his house. Show the people what it looks like. Shameless promotion. Look at that.
We'll get it in there.
Imagine tailgating without that this year. Are you kidding me? BadlandsTOJ.com. Will, how you feeling, my friend?
Good. Had to rock the Bayern kit. Thomas Muller played his last ever meaningful game for Bayern yesterday. 25 years at the club, 34 trophies. Pretty goddamn incredible. Wish we had more forever Jets. So pretty cool. We'll only play in one club in Europe from age 8 till whatever mid-30s. Pretty cool, but good schedule release. Rookie mini camps in the books. Everyone's signed. Mason Taylor's wearing a grown-up number. There's nothing to get like that upset about at the moment.
Yes, enjoy the vibes, and we don't have to do what I did today and fight with a bunch of people about the 1% chance the Jets maybe trade for Chris Olave or try to get better at receiver. Not important. It's May. We're just batting around some fun ideas here. I, for one, think it's okay to maybe look at not being a rolled ankle from Garrett Wilson away from starting Josh Reynolds and Tyler Johnson, but not a conversation for today. So we're going to do 3 quick bits here. We'll do the schedule, do some guesses. We'll be back on in 48 hours, probably on a live stream, reacting to the proper schedule. Do a quick mini camp recap, and then we got a Discord question about the Jets and the Giants that we'll close with. Schedule. The 2 main nuggets we've gotten so far are Week 6, Denver, London. It's not. I don't know if it's 100% confirmed, but it feels like it's like 100% confirmed.
Yeah.
Heard some rumors of Week 1 home Jets Panthers, which I think I'm saying is true because I want it to be true. And then beyond that, we don't know, although we're generally assuming the Jets are going to be light on primetime action. The main thing I look for with this stuff is nothing ridiculous when it comes to travel. Like, can we stay on the East Coast for long chunks of time? Can we have as many 1 o'clock kickoffs as possible? Can we take our bye week after the London game and be smart about that? You go to every home game. I only go to a handful. So what are some light predictions and some things you're looking out for?
Yeah, I think you mentioned it there. I think you obviously always look at coaches and quarterbacks you're going to play and how that kind of lines up. You obviously, I think, with a young team, you'd like to see the Jets maybe graciously and maybe have 2 or 3 of their lighter games to start the year. I think, 2022 we thought it was going to be the opposite. It ended up, it flipped on its head, obviously, but it was nice to get out to a nice start and just give some optimism and hope and like credibility to the team that year. Obviously, you look for travel, as you mentioned. They should be very light on travel. I think they go to the West Coast time zone, once all year? They've London, obviously, which is, I know, respectfully, I understand why a lot of people even that listen to this podcast are excited about it. I, as a season ticket holder, am furious that they took a Jets home game away when they had a 9 home game schedule. One of these games is going to be in London. It's annoying and having to get refunded, but it's a whole nother thing I'm not going to get into, but having to get refunded after you've already paid money because Woody gave it, whatever. Regardless, I think you're looking for when's the Dallas game. I think that'll be the number 1 ticket. Like it or not, it's 2 of the bigger brands in the NFL. And, everyone remembers that the Andersons out there, Sam coming back from Mono, that was a 4 o'clock game. I would expect it's probably either a prime time or a 4 o'clock slot, maybe like what Jets Eagles was a couple of years ago as well. I'd like to see if the Jets can maybe play some of those division opponents earlier in the year on the road and then play later in the year at home. Like, it'd be nice to get Buffalo at home later in the year as opposed to playing Buffalo week 18 when it's pitch black at 1 o'clock and Andrew Catalan's calling the Jets 3-9 team in week 14 against a buzzsaw. Like, I'm good on that one. Also, just, the Steelers game, everyone seems to be very focused on. I'm not as focused on it just because I think it's going to be one of those matchups that'll get, I think they're going to probably put that in prime time regardless. It just feels like, hey, it's 2 big markets or big franchises, and it's an easy sell. And it's frankly been in prime time pretty much every time these teams play over the last 15 years. So this is kind of just what happens. Lastly, I would say the one thing I'm looking for is, can the Jets avoid, they've played the second most short weeks in the NFL the last 5 years, which is crazy considering they haven't been very good. Usually, the Cowboys are 1 and the Chiefs are 2. That makes sense, right? Playoff teams, they're on every holiday. The Jets being second or third is wild to me. So, 2 last year. They had 2 the year before. Can they maybe limit it to one short week of just the Thursday night game, or maybe Monday to Monday night, or like a Thursday night game and then they play the next following Monday or something? Can they get the opposite of what they've been fucked over with, frankly, for a long time? That's kind of what I'm looking for.
I think all reasonable. Just give me a normal schedule with no weird travel. Give me as many 1 p.m. games as possible, especially at home games. I'd like to see the Jets get back in the swing of things with that. Listen, 1 or 2 primetime games, fine. That's, normal. Everyone's going to get at least one. Maybe that's like a Thursday nighter against Rabel and the Patriots in like week 4 or week 5 or something. London, I'm going to really try to push myself to go to this year. I have no excuse. My real job is out in London. I'm out there a decent amount. We got a great hookup with a Badlands fan who has a nice hotel out there that we should do something, and we will do something once we get through planning our live show on August 22nd, which is enough for us right now. But yeah, I don't think the Rodgers, we'll see what happens with him and when he announces his news, but Pittsburgh's probably a 4:00 or 8:00 game regardless. The Jets only have so many quote unquote high profile games against national teams, which is Pittsburgh, which is Dallas, and those would be the ones that you look to have late starts. And yes, I'm biased. I know there's no easy games for the Jets. I get that. I get the Panthers and Saints think the Jets are an easy game too. But as a Jets fan, ideally to open at home at 1:00 against a team who was not good last year and is generally not expected to be a playoff team this year. Maybe Carolina is in some circles. I think you take that. Maybe it's Carolina. Maybe it's Cleveland. Maybe it's on the road against the Saints. I think that's a road game this year. I just don't want to start in Buffalo. I don't want to start with.
Put the Baltimore road game and the Buffalo road game like week 9 and 10.
That's it.
And it's the middle of the season where like the Jets could be 4-4, or like, hey, they built a nice 5-3 record against a soft schedule. They lose back-to-back weeks, and we're not like, good God, like we have to, just please not week 1, and conversely, like maybe the Jets are decent. I really don't want to have to deal with like Baltimore competing for a 1 seed week 18 and like snowy, like what the Steelers went through last year. Like I'm good on that. Yes. I don't think they will. They usually save division games right that last week of the year. I know, but plus one other thing to like, I guess to focus with the schedule, the Jets are debuting those rivalry jerseys. I know people don't really care about it, but it is, again, it's just a fun part of the schedule release. I said this in the Discord. I'm not trying to be the old man on the lawn, but like if you don't like the schedule release, cool. Don't pay attention. But it's like a fun thing, especially if you're going to I'm going to 11 or 12 games this year. Like I kind of need to know where these games are and when they are. And, the Jets will have 3 different uniforms and the whole thing. And like, it just gets fun to get excited. Like, are they going to wear the throwback rivalry jerseys week 1 against Miami? Like that'd be kind of cool. It's like a Aaron Glenn throwback. Like, I don't know, just that type of stuff I do think is fun for the fans. And it's, again, something you look forward to.
It's okay as a fan to be excited about these things. And for us, like you said,
you don't have to bitch about everything.
We build our entire fall around these things. Like what games are we going to? What games are we going to try to do events at? How are we going to cover these games around our schedule? So for us, it's exciting. And that's why we'll be talking about it the next 3 days.
I think big news weather-wise. The schedule is a week earlier this year.
Yes.
Which means ideally
warmer weather.
5 November games, right? Unless you have the bye. Yeah. The season will be over in December. Which means 4 full September games. Can we get 3 at home? Yeah. 3 nice MetLife weather games, which never happens. That'd be kind of ideal. 40
degrees and freezing rain. The more we could avoid of that, the better. All right, minicamp, rookie minicamp came and went. I tend to think with these things, it's just good to have the guys out. As Aaron Glenn said, it's just good to be out in the grass, right? No injuries. They seem to have a high participation rate. Seem to be a little more intense and physical than in previous years, which would make sense with a younger team and a first-year coach. A lot of discourse around how Arian Smith catches the football and all these fun things. I think does anything that happens these past 3 days really matter all that much? Or is this just like, be happy everyone's out there, be happy just about everyone's signed, nobody's hurt, and there's like good vibes and good energy around the building? And that's basically it. We don't have to drive ourselves crazy. We don't have a young quarterback this year, thank God, to go nuts because he went 8 for 13 for 58 yards in a May practice. But did anything of note happen in these few days?
No. Simple as that, I think. No, actually, I take that back. I think a couple of things of note. The Jets got their rookies signed. I think Arian Smith was the last guy that signed like 10 minutes before we hopped on here. That's a big deal. It shouldn't be a big deal. I talked about this on All 32, shameless plug earlier. But like the Jets actually doing adult things, like they practiced at rookie minicamp. They didn't fucking practice last year or any year under Saleh. And I'm not saying the Jets are now going to win 12 games because they practiced at rookie minicamp. What I am telling you is things have to stay the same throughout the organization. I think that's been one of the biggest frustrations you and Connor have talked about for not only the last couple of years, but for a long time is everyone's got to be treated equally. Everyone's got to be like, you can't have this different energy for different stuff. I don't know if I was a rookie or I was a vet and I'm like, you're going to push me in minicamp last year, but the rookies don't even practice. Like, what are we doing here? Like, maybe that's a thought that would go through your head. So a real practice, the head coach being visible, the head coach openly talking about the combine through rookie mini camps and all these different things being important steps in growing an organization. So I do think stuff happened. I think the Jets acted like adults. I think, hey, like, is Mason Taylor's rookie number a big deal? Not really, but instead of making it a big deal, like, it got nipped in the bud after a day, right? Like, he took a random jersey. It doesn't matter. If people remember Mac Jones, I think wore 69 in rookie mini camp a few years back. The reason I bring that up is just like, again, there was no circus around it. It was like, oh, cool, his jersey number's what he's going to wear. 85 is a quality number. Move on. There wasn't a lot of drama there, and the biggest drama was Arian Smith, and if he's Deshaun Jackson or Jeremy Curley or Stephen Hill, it doesn't really matter at this point. We'll know when the pads come on, and then we'll know even further when the pads come on, and you can take someone's head off on a go route, and if he's still built for it, that's amazing. Like, I think that's what, I don't know. Again, nothing you take out of it, but the fact that the Jets head coach was visible, present, and running a practice, to me is like, wow, the Jets mirror grown-ups. They got their deals done. They ate their vegetables, like we always like to say here,
Yep.
and just
no distractions.
Yeah,
just normal summer, no Egypt chatter, not just like head down. The main thing we're talking about is if Mason Taylor is going to be number 46 or number 85, and if Arian Smith can catch or not. Great. And look, I don't want to beat the discourse to death. We had a nice article on him today. We'll have a film room on him later this week. He's a 4th-round pick. I think let's be fair to the kid. Let's temper expectations. Deshaun Jackson's like maybe a Hall of Fame player. Would he have like 5 1,000-yard receiving years? And he doesn't need to be Deshaun Jackson. Could he be Dedrick Ward in 1998, like in a year and a half? I'd be thrilled with that. Any Jet fan should be thrilled with that. Go be a great special teamer. Go be a situational deep threat. And I do think, whether it's popular or not, the Jets, it's okay for the Jets to do their diligence on available receiver options, just from a depth perspective.